What? Good YouTube! I have been waiting all freaking day for this. It's why I didn't do a video. The normal and the rare forbidden and limited list was supposed to go up, or more information on it, so that we could know and foreshadow how the event might be going and have a whole week to plan for that. I personally have spent a lot of my normal and rare points making glossies, so I'm down to precious amounts of them to actually craft for this event myself. I'm very greedy in that aspect. I'll actually show off some of what I've done there in a second, but please confirm the forbidden and limited list from the submenu, which you can bring up by pressing the collapse menu button in the top right of the home page. From today until the end of the event, you will be able to create decks following the forbidden and limited list for this event. You can start creating a deck by selecting the duel menu button to the bottom right of this notice, or by going to the home screen's duel menu and selecting normal and rarity festival. In addition to the above, from today until the end of the event, the forbidden and limited list for this event will be available for selection in the duel rooms. Thank you for playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. So you can actually play test for this event in rooms with the specific format highlighted. That's pretty darn cool. So I wonder if we can actually see in deck building and bring that up for the list rather than just going to the ban list and going that way. So we should be able to go to duel, and I've seen this screenshot. That's all I've had spoiled. I have not had the list, etc. That the normal / rare event is here. The loners, select a deck. They're not here yet. It looks like it crashed my entire game trying to actually peek at those. So the loners, we don't quite know how those are going to look, and it might be a lot of people on Master Duel. That took a bit. Live react Andes, no editing here. So let's go ahead and go over to the event. You've got the same metal token, so nothing new there. Looks like we've got the rewards starting out so far only 200 gems. Come on, Konami, you can do more than that, surely. I'm sure it'll go further than that. Then you have my deck. Select the deck. I don't want to crash things again. Event info, match history, rewards list. Oh, we do get to see a much bigger reward list. And it looks like it does scale upwards, taking criticism from last time. 300, 300. Wow, okay. So I'm not going to total that right now. And then we'll Legacy Pack tickets if you want to continue, of course. Always Legacy Pack. So no special packs here. Maybe like Glossy or even the Royal Normals or Rares would have been nice. But let's go ahead and get what you got here for on the video. The Forbidden and Limited list and review of such. So event info. We have the ultra and super rare cards aren't the only strong cards. We already know all this. They're going to ban every single one of those. So let's see what else they went for, because they did declare stuff like my poor generators were going to go. Normal and rares festival. And we already see out fan favorites. Can't use Blue Eyes Kaiba. Yugi can't use his Dark Magician. We know all this, right? Like, we were prepared for this. So what we should be looking for is any normal or rare in the forbidden section, which is a chunky section. And there's one already. Abyssal Designator. Pay 1,000 life points to declare a type and attribute. Your opponent must send one monster with both declared types to the grave. Okay, so we do have them mixed in here. Chain Burst, so a burn card mixed in there. Have I missed anything? Because I did start scrolling fast. I don't think so, but it's hard to catch them all. So sorry if I miss any. Again, reaction video. We have all the ultras, supers. We're spying for stuff like this, which helped the Sutff OTK deck's Destruction of Destiny is forbidden on this tournament. So it looks like they're going heavy-handed towards those normals and the rares that people were using in order to just turbo self-losses, defeat the point of the festival, and farm for themselves. I know the community's split on how they feel like that. Some people championing this as, yeah, use whatever system to get free gems, go for it, and others like, you're ruining the point of the festival. They worked hard on this ban list. I understand both sides. I'm personally yeah, they should have taken care of that, and they seem to be, but however you feel, that is of course your choice. I understand exploiting a system versus Konami, who's exploited the player base for how long, right? Anyways, rambling aside, I am not seeing many normals or rares mixed in here so far. It seems to be a lot of the supers and ultras as we are hunting for cards, and that does, of course, go with the theme of the festival, right? So I'm going to try to go maybe a little faster, and if I miss something, it should hopefully appear on screen and you guys catch it. And gals and all duelist of sorts, but continuing on, not seeing much here. Just the wall of what the festival is all about. The crazy cards are gone, and I thought I saw a rare. I did. Galaxy Wave. Each time you XE summon, inflict 500 damage. Really seem heavy-handed on the burn cards here so far. So we're looking for blue and gray. Blue and gray, not the purple and the orange. Blue and gray. And there's Curry Photon, which was used in Sutff TK. So good to see that garbage lord as well. Rounding out a lot of the cards that were helping people do that. I'm a fan of those kinds of hits, and you'll have to find other ingenuities to turbo the festival. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I know Coder, Distant Coder, his stream, has been working very, very hard on this format in general. But some of the decks that they've already been working on are also hits. So maybe Konami looked over there and said, that's a bit of fun they're having. Why don't we cut in on this and have ourselves a tournament around this? Almost does seem like they have been paying so much more community to the community with the game overall, addressing concerns and hacks and singles days. But I can't wait to see how that dual pass does turn out. And I'm rambling here from the lack of ability to see what's been freaking hit on the list. I almost want to skip over, but we're 2/3 through here. Shouldn't be much more longer till the limited and semi-limited sections. I'm not padding this out, I swear. Missing a lot of those hits to decks. Maybe it's at the end that they did promise they were going to be hitting. I'm not seeing my generators like slammed here yet. So maybe that was overstated what's going to happen to them. Maybe they'll be playable to a degree, but not the degree that I thought, coming in. Like I'm going to wreck shop with it. But so far, we're good. And we're a good chunk through this entire list. So far, it's Burn and Sutff TK are the themes of the hits. Supers and Ultras abound. To be expected. Come on, Konami. Do a little more like you did with that first event. As if this isn't enough, actually. So the thing about common charity tournaments in real life is this normal rare festival, essentially. The format is extremely broken and immediately figured out, but still has a couple surprises, like the Goki deck is one that a lot of people thought would take over, but then it's like, actually, this deck's going to do very good. So it's interesting how that has turned out in real life versus the week that people will have to figure this out, then the week to play that people will have in this format. And again, sorry if I miss anything while scrolling. I am just trying to play I Spy with this list. And we'll go into deck building for the short version maybe later. I'm turboing now. But it's really easy to miss this way. And then it's not, like, on screen. If I do scroll past that fast, you might miss it too. They're really light on the forbidden section so far. I have a feeling a lot of it's at the end, though. That's typically how Konami does. Oh, look, their actual forbidden list. They'd exist in game. You just can't play with it. Unless you were one of those early hackers. There's my Ecclesia. I played Dogmatica Shadul invoked here and there. Still not seeing a lot. Content, yep. Yep, content. Warrock Mountain, yep. Farfa Investments. We're about to the end here, and we are at the end, and that's not a lot, so I'm expecting a thick limited list, and there's Exodia, which would already be there. Morphing Jar number 2, so empty jar. A lot more burn cards. Even Poison Mummy had to watch out for that one. Inflict 500 hold damage. Des Koala, much bigger burn card in formats like this, along with, Secret Blast and all those cards. Which I see Bad Luck Blast on here. Mechadog Marin. I don't know a lot of the rarities of the burn cards in here. Tenyi hit as promised. There's one of my generators, aka Gemerators, earning me gems in rated. Utgarda. We got the Castle Boss. We do see Phantasm Spiral losing its Quick Pop. We see True Draco taking a hit to True Draco Apocalypse. Mirror Shield, a lot of people were talking about this card going in. If the equipped monster battles an opponent's monster during damage count, the monster's attack and defense becomes equal to the attack and defense, whichever is higher, of the opponent's battling monster plus 100. This is a nightmare to get over. Even if you have battle tricks in the damage step, this will go, again, plus 100 to your battle trick. Planet Pathfinder, limiting certain, I guess, field spells in the format. Fairy Wind, a quote-unquote burn card that takes care of face-up spell and traps. Kind of confusing why that would go. Megalith Fool is gone, so there's that Megalith hit. Very, very slight-handed, but again, the decks are already majorly hit, so maybe they didn't have to do much lifting. There's some of those Magispector hits, but still seems viable as an engine, perhaps. Psychic Blade, making monsters big since whenever it was put out. Harmonizing Magician, Pendulum is assumed to be best deck by many in here. Another Megalith hit. Zolga the Prophet? What? If you control an Earth Fairy monster except Zolga, you can special summon this card from your hand and look at 5 cards from the top of each player's deck. When a monster that was normal summoned by tributing this card declares an attack, banish this card, destroy it, and if you do, 2,000... Okay. Burn. I get it. Time Lord's taking a little bit of a slap there. Star Seraph Scepter at 2. Brain Control, not the biggest deal in the world. Another True Draco hit. And Drythe. Wow. So it seems the heavy lifting on this list that's independent to this festival is in the limited and semi-limited, taking care of burn and self-TK, and some very, very specific decks. Pendulum seems like it is going to have a field day, so if you're, you know, a baboomer who's like, I don't want to read all of this card, you're going to be playing against a lot of them in this festival, and I think that's perfectly fine. I think they went overboard on the burn cards, but still limiting them to where you can play them and make a deck that is coherent near it, but not completely reliant on. That's kind of neat. You can play kind of actual boss monster-like cards with that. I think they could have used a better overall Forbidden section. Let's see if we can see that and make sure we didn't miss anything in deck building, and maybe I'm missing something. So let's go to deck and go to... Last time it was like create a deck for the festival, right? Create new deck, copy public deck. I'm not seeing the option for the list. Maybe we can search by... Yeah, we would have to be in the festival to do their Forbidden list, right? Like, I don't think this is going to bring up anything like that. Yeah, all the supers and ultras are still there. Maybe I'm missing something from the instructions, Yu-Gi-Oh! Players and reading. But overall, it sounds like we're able to use dual rooms around this. Let's check that out. Dual room usable, create a room... Limited. Yep, there it is. Oh, thanks also for subscribing. I have all my notifications from streams and stuff up. So, that would be for YouTube, though. So, it does look like over here, Forbidden and Limited List, Normal and Rare Festival, as promised. And that's awesome. So, you can, again, test for this event and work on that well before and get ready for your experience. I like this heads up overall for the tournament. I bet my tongue there. But seriously, I like this heads up for the tournament. I do wish there were rewards specific to the festival again. The only thing in my entire account I'm gonna lose being able to get by opening a brand new account is the Pot of Greed and the Upstart Goblin thing from the Duel Pass. Oh no, a Duel Pass. There's nothing I can win competitively in this tournament again unless I'm missing something. So I'd like to see that in the future. I'd like to see less of these legacy packs, but seriously, the gem payout seems good. Let's actually count through. 100, 500, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 16, 17, much less, but they also, okay, so they're 17, 20, 23, but do keep in mind they're also going to probably have the ones that are like destroy the card and all the ones in your personal. So 23 here immediately. There should be other rewards that you actually play for. I don't think it's stingier than last festival till we see what we're playing for in our personal rewards also. Not bad, but it's still just the point of account building. I want to see a big update. When we do finally have a new Duel Pass, I'd like to see new cards, and I look forward to actually earning some crafting points on the next Duel Pass too. But, yeah, gems, I'm happy with it, as long as there's an end to this. A Worlds level tournament was promised around the game, and as a competitive player, I want that drive. I want a reason to open this account and be happy with this account rather than just logging on a new account, working an hour, and having a brand new deck if I want to play a new deck. I want a reason to put myself into this account that will involve you updating the game, Konami, working on stuff like this, but normal and rare festival, good work on handling it so far. Let's see how the community breaks this in. Thanks for watching, everybody.